friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video I am doing a very fun collab with my dear friend Charlie. Her channel name is Nut Butter Beauty, and I will link her channel in my description box. She and I have done some really fun pop culture-y type collabs talking about the 70s, 80s, 90s, because those are the eras that we grew up in, and it's been so fun to do that with her, and I feel like you guys have really enjoyed those videos too. So that's been really fun to get positive feedback about the collabs Charlie and I have done. Charlie is very talented, she's beautiful, she has great taste in makeup, she creates such beautiful makeup looks, and she's just really fun to watch. So I highly recommend, if you have not yet gone to her channel to subscribe, go do it because you're gonna love her. So we have a palette in common, the Colourpop Star Wars palette. Now I just picked this up last November 2024, during the Black Friday sales, and I am a huge Star Wars fanatic, and I don't know why I didn't get this when it was first released, because I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. I probably felt like, oh, slow your roll, don't get that. But I'm really happy I picked this up during the Black Friday sales, and I think this is such a gorgeous color story. Now, my eyes automatically go to the blues or the red, but I just did a red and pink look for my collab video with Jan and Shawnee, and then I did a purpley blue look for my Fab 5 collab with Jan. So, and I've done some neutral looks lately too, but I'm looking at this and I don't know, I want to do like a more smoky look is what I'm thinking. So I think the shades I'm going to use today, let me look here. I want to use Star Destroyer, the black matte, and then I think I'm going to use Republic, Starfighter, and for the shimmers, I want to use this. This is called Hyperdrive. It's that beautiful kind of green and like maroon flip is what it looks like to me. I don't know how well it's going to flip, but that's what it looks like it should do, or it will do. And I might use this too. This is called Outer Rim. It's really pretty. It's kind of like a, I don't know, maroon shifty stuff going on. Or I could use the gold. And I think I'm going to pop Rebel Princess in my inner corners. I don't know yet. But yeah, that's my idea anyway. So I do have my brows done with the NYX Control Freak Clear Brow Gel, and this eyelid is primed in the Juvia's Place Prep Prime Eyeshadow Primer. So I think what I'll start off with is the black matte, putting that in my outer V. I remember seeing Star Wars in the theater when I was little, but actually what I think I saw was Empire Strikes Back, because Star Wars, A New Hope, the first movie to be released, but the fourth movie in the series of Star Wars movies. If you're not a huge Star Wars fan, you're gonna be like, what? That was released, the first one, New Hope, was released in 1977, and I was not quite 3 when that movie came out, and I don't think I would have that great of a memory of it. I think memories often, like, especially from your childhood in some cases, can be like hearing stories about things, and you're like, oh yeah, that's, I remember that, even though you might not really remember it. It's just you've heard the story so many times of, you know, maybe your parents or a loved one telling you the story. So you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. So I think I saw Empire Strikes Back in the theater, and I was 6 when that movie came out. So I'm positive that's the one that I saw, or that I remember seeing. I honestly don't know that we went to the theater, my parents and I, when Star Wars initially came out. I was reading about that this morning before I sat down to film. And New Hope was only released to a handful of theaters. It wasn't like it was released nationwide, it sounds like. I don't know. But I have always loved Star Wars. Always, since I was a little kid. I gotta turn my fan on. It just gets so damn hot up here. It's so icy outside this morning. We have tons of freezing rain, and so yeah, it's bad. Anyway, I had tons of Star Wars toys when I was a kid, like the action figures. It was just such a huge craze, you know? Everybody just loved Star Wars. And every Christmas, my husband and I, we watch, because, you know, we have time off work together, we'll watch the entire Star Wars movie series, all of them. So fun. And sometimes we'll even watch some of the, like, other Star Wars series stuff that's on like Disney Channel We did that with Mandalorian. That was really good. Okay, I'm getting some fallout down here. I don't care. So now what I'm going to do is go into this shade here called, what is it? Republic, and put that around the edge here. Let me grab another brush. My favorite Star Wars character is R2-D2. I love R2-D2. Always have. I had like, did I say I had the action figures? I had tons of action figures. Like that was really popular when I was in grade school, was to have the Star Wars action figures. Not only that, but like we would have like big playing sessions with those. I don't know about this brush. See, these Blend Bunny brushes, I don't know. I'm trying to love them. I don't love them. Hold on. Okay, I'll use this other brush here. We would have like these big, yeah, like during recess or whatever, we would gather up our, because we couldn't have them out during class, of course not. We could have them out at recess and that was it. So we'd grab all of our Star Wars action figures and we'd go out on the playground, out on this like little wooden platform area, and we would have like just full on battle-y type stuff with our Star Wars characters, or just, you know, discussions, like reenact the movies. I mean, it was so fun. It was so fun. Not only that, but I had like a Millennium Falcon, Han's ship. You know, I had one of those, a toy one, not a real one. If I had a real one, I'd be out of here. I'd be like, bye, I'll see you guys in the next millennia. Bye, out of here. I'm out of here. I also had one of those, can't remember what they were called, but there were the ship that Obi-Wan and Luke and R2 and C-3PO rode together across the sand. Oh, so cool. I had Jawas. I had a couple sand people. I had Darth, Star Troopers, Leia, Luke, Han, Chewie. Oh, Chewbacca. Is Chewbacca my favorite character? Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know, R2 or Chewbacca. And I love Han, Leia, Luke. I don't know, whatever. I loved Obi-Wan. What's also funny, I know I'm kind of all over the place in this video, but that's typical for me. What's also really funny is that anytime we watch the Star Wars movies, my husband and I spend about 3 weeks talking to each other like the Emperor. That evil, evil person. Ugh, so gross. Emperor Palpatine. So then we have to talk like that to each other. It's, yeah. If we ever had a reality show, I don't know that people would watch it because we'd probably scare people. We're so weird together. Anywho, let's see, I'm trying to think of what else I had toy-wise for. Oh, I had one of those at-ats, the tall, you know, with the big, aren't those called at-ats, I think? Yeah. Oh, and I had the creature that he rides, that Luke rides in the snow in Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, I had one of those. I mean, it was awesome. It was awesome. And the stupidest thing I ever did was to get rid of those toys. Why would I do that? You know, those probably would have been worth a lot of money. And not that I would have sold them probably, but you know, I don't know why I got rid of them. I love this. This is gorgeous. This is working so well. Everything's so pigmented and amazing. So now what I want to do though is soften up the outer edge, and I am going to go into the shade here. That is Starfighter. Okay. And my favorite Star Wars movie is Return of the Jedi. I love Return of the Jedi because of the Ewoks. Oh, that's another thing. I had a stuffed animal Ewok. I had a Return of the Jedi lunchbox. Let's see, that had the coolest thermos because it had like pictures of Ewoks on it. It was so cute. I feel like I had more stuff. Oh, I had a Star Wars sleeping bag. That's right. And then I think I had, I want to say I had like a Star Wars backpack. Yeah. Well, yeah. Not, well, yeah, kind of like a cinch bag, I think. Anyway, it was so cool. And this brush is too big. So I don't like it. I'm having a real tough time with my brushes, my brush choices today. Okay, I think I'm gonna use this brush, this little flatter brush. I need to really like get all my Moda brushes together because I am using them. It's just they're all kind of scattered around in here because I'm so effing disorganized. I don't know, Star Wars is just such a unique and fun movie series. It's just amazing. Oh, another thing too that I loved about the newer well, you know, like they had the New Hope, Empire Strikes Back Return of the Jedi. Then they had the first 3 come out with Hayden Christensen, Anakin, who becomes Darth. Whew, he was so cute. He is still really cute, but oh boy, I was like, hello Hayden. Hello Hayden Christensen. He does kind of drive me nuts though in the movies because he's such a whiny baby. I'm like, you know, I mean, he becomes Darth Vader because he's, you know, power hungry and, you know, feels like, why can't I do what I want to do? Why can't I have, you know, he's a typical teenager, I would say. Yes, absolutely. But because of that brattiness and that, you know, power hungriness that he has, he becomes Darth. But, oh yeah, I absolutely love Hayden Christensen. Okay, I'm going to go back in with Republic, the red shade, and just kind of add a little bit of that back and blend it just a little bit better because it's, I feel like I took too much of it away, which is typically what happens. It's just a work in progress, you know? You just gotta kind of keep going back and forth and back and forth. Okay, I think I'm good with this for now. I might add a little, well, I'll add a little bit more of the black matte back too after I put the shimmers on. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is go into Outer Rim, put that here, not a ton of that, and then put mostly this shade, the Hyperactive, towards the front of the lid. One of the best like fight scenes too, I can't remember the name of the movie, but it's with Darth Maul, the guy that has the red and black stripy, you know, like geometric shaped face. That, oh, he's such a badass. I mean, he's evil, but kind of a badass too, the way he fights. He's pretty cool. And, you know, ooh, oh, I had a lightsaber. Yes, I had a lightsaber, and I got my son a lightsaber. That was what was so fun too, is my son, ooh, this is beautiful. My son was super duper into Star Wars as well. I mean, both my kids were, but mostly my son. And so it was so fun to like relive Star Wars again with my son. I'm like, don't you want this? You want this? You want this? Come here, buddy. Let's go to the store. I'm going to load you up with all the essentials that you need. So funny. He's like, okay, Mom, great. So we got a couple of lightsabers, and we would have lightsaber fights in the living room when we lived with my mom. Oh boy, did she love that. I mean, you know, he was a little boy, so it wasn't like I was like, come on, or anything like that. Well, maybe a little bit. But man, we had so much fun playing with Star Wars toys together, my son and I. Oh my gosh. And they used to have these, like, I can't remember what they were called, but they were like shrunk down toys. They had like Marvel toys and DC and Star Wars, the characters. Oh, wait a minute, you guys, Yoda. What? Hello, Yoda. I love Yoda. Is Yoda my favorite character? I don't know. Anyway, I used to have the little Yoda guy in this room, but I don't know what happened to it. I think the cat's got a hold of it. I love that shade. I could just put that shade across the lid too and have a really dark look today. But I really do want to try that, the Hyperactive. So I might regret this, but I don't think so. I'm just using the same brush. This, I think, honestly, would be a better topper, maybe, but whatever. Yoda, and I love the way Yoda talks. So great. But yeah, I really need to find my little Yoda guy. And I cannot remember the name of that toy company, or not the name of the toy company, but the name of those little dolls. Those were so cool because we had a ton of them. My son had a ton of them. We also had, my son had this matching game with Star Wars characters. That was really fun. And he also had a Millennium Falcon, which I could kick myself for this. I worked in the dental field. I'm gonna go back into the shade now. This is gorgeous. It's very nice. It's not as flippy as some of my other flippy shadows are in my collection that have that green to burgundy flip, but it's pretty. It's nice. I worked in the dental field, and my boss had 3 boys, and they loved Star Wars. And I thought, oh, I know what I'll do. I will loan them Braden's Millennium Falcon and other Star Wars stuff, and they moved, and I never got that stuff back, and I have no idea where they are. So kind of dumb, but you know, and my son was like, well, it's okay. But I wish I'd held on to it. Not for no other reason other than just to have it, you know. Okay, now I'm going to go back into the black matte, which is Star Destroyer. My husband would be a little irritated with me that I'm using a lot of the enemies' shadows, like the names of the enemy side, the dark side. And that's one of the things I love too about the Star Wars movies is just, you know, the message. of, you know, be good. Don't turn to the dark side. Be in the light, you know. Don't become so power hungry that you destroy your life over it, you know. And yeah, it's pretty cool, really cool. I think some of the shows that they have made have been a little dumb. Just my own personal opinion. My husband thinks they're amazing. He watches all of them and is like, this is the best thing ever. And I'm like, is it? No, he doesn't really think they're the best thing ever, but he does like them usually. I like Mandalorian. I thought that was cool, but there's been a couple other shows. I don't even remember the names of them. And I was like, just, I didn't like them. I much prefer to watch the movies. I'm not really into the animated stuff. But my husband has watched every single Star Wars, everything that's ever been out. He's visually consumed it all. He has. Okay. Is this the brush? Yeah. Go back in with Starfighter. Just a little, oops. Jeez, hold on. I just went right in and screwed that up. Okay. Go back in with this brush with Starfighter and very lightly and calmly blend the outer edge of this out one more time, and then I'm going to go off camera and do my other eye and the rest of my stuff. But I really like this. Really lovely. Really nicely pigmented palette. Very nice quality, I feel like. I mean, sure, I do have more exciting duochromes in my collection. Yes, I do. But these are nice. I mean, very nice. I'm really happy I have this palette. Yeah, cool. I do want to fix this, though. This looks weird right here. I really screw this part of my eye look up often. I don't know. Well, I might have to fix that a little bit more with my base product. So I do have some fallout, clean it up, do the other eye face. I'll come back. So this, of course, is my finished look, and I love it. I love how this turned out. I am in a bit of a hurry, so I don't have time, unfortunately, to show you everything I have on my face, other than, quickly, I'll show you my lippy. This is from Folklore. This is a metallic liquid lipstick in the shade Bad Romance. I like it, but I wish I'd gone with the darker lippy. I almost changed things up, but I got to get moving here. So I will list all of the makeup I have on my face for this video in the description box, but let me review the palette with you. Star Wars, Colourpop. Love it. So happy I picked this up. Loved all the shades I used for this look. I did pop this shade called Rebel Princess in my inner corners. It's beautiful. And I put Star Destroyer on my lower lash lines and then buffed it out a little bit with Republic. Love it. Love these two shimmer shades. Absolutely gorgeous. The mattes that I used were pigmented and blendable. Really impressed with this. Really impressed. I will say that this shade, even there is a subtle flip to it. Slow down. There's a subtle flip to this one too. Maybe not as flippy as some of my other shadows in my collection, no, but they're gorgeous. I will say they're very pretty, and I'm really excited to dive back into this palette and play with it again. Maybe do like a multiple looks video with this palette. Would anybody be interested in seeing that? Make sure you go to my collab partner's channel, subscribe, watch her content, show her a ton of love and support. It's always really fun to collab with Charlie, and I'm so happy that she and I were born around the same time and raised in the same generation, eras, years, decades, however you want to look at it, because we have so much in common and we love so many of the same things. So it was really cool when she reached out and said, let's do a collab with our Star Wars palette. We could talk about Star Wars. I'm like, yes, absolutely. Let me know in the comment section if you guys are huge Star Wars fans like myself. I'm not sure what the next Star Wars release will be, movie or show wise, but if you have that information, you can share that in the comment section too. Absolutely. And I really look forward to my next collab with Charlie. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I'd love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye. And may the force be with you.
Drop it.